Okay, let's unpack this. We're taking a deep dive into Psalms chapter 16 today.
Ah, yes. Psalm 16. It presents such a powerful view on security and goodness.
And joy, too, right? It seems to really zero in on where lasting joy comes from.
Definitely. The whole chapter feels built around this idea of taking refuge, declaring total dependence on one source.
It kicks off right away with that, doesn't it? That initial plea for safety.
It does. Verse 1. Keep me safe, O God, for in you I take refuge.
Uh,
Straight away, it's about finding safety in God, not, in circumstances or yourself.
And then immediately after that, it hits you with, apart from you, I have no good thing.
Wow. That is quite the statement. It's
It
absolutely
really
right.
is not just you're the best source of good, but you're the only source.
Is
Huh?
exactly. And that claim really shapes everything else in the psalm. If you accept that premise, then all the talk of delight, inheritance, hope, it all flows from there.
So it redefines good itself. It originates from this relationship.
Precisely. It's not about finding good things out there and bringing them in. The relationship is the good.
Interesting. And then it connects that to people, to a community.
Yeah, the saints, the holy people, it calls them. He says, they are the excellent ones in whom is all my delight.
So there's this vertical connection, God-focused, but also this horizontal delight in like-minded community.
Right? Dependence upwards, delight outwards within that community.
But it draws a pretty stark line, doesn't it, between that path and others?
Oh, absolutely. It talks about those who run after other gods,
Yeah.
other sources of security, perhaps.
And what happens to them?
Their sorrows will increase, it says, quite plainly. It's a clear contrast. This path leads to delight. That path leads to more sorrow.
Which then kind of flows into this idea of inheritance, the portion and the cup.
Yes, that beautiful land imagery. The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Surely I have a delightful inheritance.
It sounds so secure, like not something you have to strive for, but something assigned, something given.
Exactly. It evokes this feeling of deep contentment and security in what's been provided. It's described as pleasant, delightful, not precarious.
And this isn't just about, like, land or possessions in the here and now.
It feels much bigger than that, more about a spiritual and even future security, a sense of belonging.
And guidance seems to come from the same place, too. Even at night, my heart instructs me.
An internal compass, maybe? Instruction that comes from that deep connection, guiding you from within.
So if you have that internal guidance, that connection, does that lead to feeling stable?
That seems to be the idea. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken.
The right hand, that's a position of strength, of support, isn't it?
It is, and the result is holistic. Therefore my heart is glad and my tongue rejoices. My body also will rest secure. Mind, speech, body, all finding rest and gladness in that security.
Okay, but then it takes this huge leap, doesn't it? Beyond just life.
It really does. This is where it gets incredibly profound. You will not abandon me to the grave, nor will you let your Holy One see decay.
Wow. So not just security in life, but security from the finality of death.
That's the assertion, a hope that transcends the grave. It's a massive promise.
And that promise is linked to a path of life.
Yes. You make known to me the path of life.
Leading where?
You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. It culminates in this picture of ultimate, unending joy and pleasure found in God's presence.
So wrapping this up, Psalm 16 paints this picture. Start with total dependence, find refuge,
Which leads to seeing all good as coming from that source.
finding delight in community, receiving a secure, pleasant inheritance,
Being guided from within, feeling unshaken.
and having this profound hope of life beyond death, culminating in eternal joy and pleasure in God's presence. It's quite a journey.
It really maps out a specific kind of grounded life. But here's something to really chew on. It starts with that stark claim. Apart from you, I have no good thing. And it ends describing pleasant places, a delightful inheritance, eternal pleasures.
Right.
So how does fully embracing that first part, that nothing is good apart from this source, change how you actually perceive and experience all that delightful stuff promised at the end? What does that inheritance feel like? What does that path of life look like when viewed through that initial radical lens of dependence?
That's definitely something to think about. How does acknowledging the source transform the experience of the good?